Mr. Slater, I did a little investigating, a little Mr. Fuji investigation, and I went into the archives of the World Wrestling Council, and I requested a certain match. As you know, these two individuals in the ring, you're quite familiar with them, Carlos Colon and the Invader #1.
The two men that I hate the worst, Carlos Colon and the Invader 1. There you see right now, able to leap tall buildings with a single bound, more powerful than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet, as Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch. One of the two worst wrestlers in the world today for coming out and saying, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are the worst, the nastiest, the most vicious professional wrestlers of all time. And you can see right now, the fans love me.
Yeah, wrestling's two favorite Dicks right there, Dick Murdoch and Dick Slater, and their crony, Joe Don Smith. Where'd you find that, Frankie, anyway?
Well, Joe Don Smith is a great athlete, is a great ball player for L.A. And
for who?
For L.A., right? The Dodgers.
No, I don't think so. I think that's just a fabrication that you and Mr. Murdoch made up one night in some tavern down in Tupelo, Mississippi or
I'll
something.
tell you what, Dick Murdoch's favorite for a lot of taverns, and Dick Murdoch, he's got a lot of fighting, and Dick Murdoch's from Texas, and when you come from Texas, you were born to be bred to be a fighter, and Dick Murdoch's one heck of a fighter. He's just like the fun. You can see right here, Dick Slater's probably got one of the most vicious, hardest right hands in professional wrestling.
Well, I think that you're being a little glory hound here right now, because everything in Texas is big, including the BS that Dick Murdoch has been known to throw toward the fans. Joe Don Smith never played for the Dodgers. All he did is go out there and steal somebody's jacket from a dugout. And as for you, Mr. Slater, yeah, you may be tough and you may know how to brawl, but this tape here consists of bloody, and that's what I want to see. I want to see how bad and how tough Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch really are.
Well, I'm probably the only guy here in this match that probably doesn't get opened up in this thing here, but I'm saying, look at Carlos Colon. He looks like a bad road map there. I'm telling you, Carlos Colon's taking more.
That's many years of experience.
Well, that's the gift of being a catcher, and I've always been a pitcher myself. Carlos Colon's been a catcher, and he's called a lot. Look how clean-cut I am. Look how clean-cut Joe Dunn looks. And right here, Joe Dunn is giving, I'll tell you something, the commentator right here has got, he's a real biased commentator, and every time that I've ever gone out in the ring, he's got something smart to say just to try to offset Dick Murdoch and myself. But Dick Murdoch and I, being veterans of many years in the wrestling profession, know exactly what we're doing at all times. And right here, you can see Carlos Colon and the Invader. We're trying to get one of them out of the ring. They want to seem like they want to jump one man at one time. And
well, your reputation precedes itself. You two men, the hardliners, put the world-famous Steiners out of professional wrestling.
Yeah, that's right. The Steiners are one of the most toughest tag team. Well, they claim to be the most toughest tag team in professional wrestling. One of the biggest, one of the most in shape. One of the strongest tag teams of all time, the Steiners, and Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch showed them exactly what Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch really are worth. Right here.
Oh, you look really in control right there. Big body slam by Carlos Colon, and you don't look too good. That's all right.
All I'm doing is,
you don't look too good.
Hey, all I'm doing is setting up this man, and just like I said, I'm at the right time, right place at the right time. You see right now, I'm back in this corner. Carlos Colon had to be really stupid to come into Dick Murdoch. Right there, there's a big right hand, and Carlos comes back with another right hand. I hit him with another right hand, and Carlos Colon, I remember this night, he had a hole. His whole face was covered in Vaseline to try to keep them rights from hitting him right there. And you see right here, there he goes and hits me again. Now I'm being double teamed over in this corner. They won't let me out. There's the Invader run another right hand on me. Boom.
Looks to me like you're on the short end of a right. He's hit you with so many rights, you're probably begging for a left.
I'm not begging for anything. I'm just trying to keep myself together right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Seems like you're about to go out on your keister there.
No, I'm just setting this man up.
Setting him up for what?
I'm setting him up for him to make a wrong move, and I'm going to take over on him.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're so confident. I'm curious to your strategy here. How can you take over when you're spending your time on the outside of the ring?
Well, first of all, the referee should have got him back off me in the first place. Once you're in the ropes, you're supposed to be broke on a 4 count.
Oh, now you're saying that the referee is biased.
Well, no, the referee's Puerto Rican. Look at him. Huh?
Are you sure he's Puerto Rican?
I'm sure he's Puerto Rican.
I think he's from El Salvador.
Well, I think he's close to being Puerto Rican. That's just about close enough. There ain't nobody that's from Tampa, Florida that looks like that to me, you know?
Well, yeah, I've heard about that part of Tampa.
That's right. That's where men grow up in.
Where men are men and sheep tremble. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Port Tampa. Yeah. Anyway, here's Dick Murdoch in the ring. He's a veteran of many wars, including the war on foreign affairs and everything else. But as you can see, Dick Murdoch doesn't show any wrestling style. He just knows how to brawl using that elbow. And I've been on the other end of that elbow, and I personally think there's something in there.
Well, Dick Murdoch is just like myself. He's a very seasoned ring veteran, and he knows what he's doing at all times.
You've been around a long time when he means seasoned.
Well, I mean, seasoned mean we know what we're doing in the ring a lot more than a lot of people do. Right now,
looks like you know how to receive a feed.
Well, let's look at the referee again. The referee is being biased, and he shouldn't be in the corner right there. That Invader's trying to back me off that corner, and here's Dick Murdoch. He's taking 3 or 4 good blows to his eye.
Yeah, but you're back on the outside of the ring. I don't understand. Why do you keep bailing out? Why do you
This
keep bailing
match
out?
has got a 60-minute time limit to it. And
this is strategic.
Hey, I'm not trying to go out there and try to say that I'm just going to try to beat the man in 1 minute. I know that I'm not going to just beat Carlos Colon or the Invader because they're very good wrestlers. I'm giving them a lot of credit. They get a lot of credit just being in the ring here with Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch, because they got to have a lot of guts because they know what kind of reputation that Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch have. And here's Joe Dunn right here, and he's giving the fans a little bit of his opinion.
Well, his opinion and $2 wouldn't buy you a good cup of coffee on any corner in San Juan.
And right now, you know, Dick Murdoch, you see him, he's got his hand over his eye, and it's where the Invader's been trying to poke at his eye. See, this is supposed to be a wrestling match, and it seems to me that the Invader and Carlos Colon have done nothing but throw punches, so they've been out there.
What's Murdoch doing right now?
Well,
He's
Murdoch's
throwing right hands. I've seen 5, 6.
Well,
This is the 7th right hand and a kick and another kick. And he knows 2 moves, punch and kick.
Now look at that. He's just down there. He tried to hook him right around the head, and the Invader throws him off. He hits a rope. The Invader drops down here, ladies and gentlemen, and boom, he gives Murdoch a big hip lock. And there goes the Invader again. Now using that fist. You see, he's right back to working on Dick Murdoch's eye again. And not every time I go in and try to help my partner, what is this, the referee? Now, you think the referee is over there telling Carlos Colon to stay in his corner and don't jump in the ring and do something illegal? No. And there he is. He's working on Dick Murdoch's eye again. Looks like Dick Murdoch's eye is nearly closed, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like, boy, I'm telling you.
He might improve his looks a little bit. Looks like Popeye, don't he?
Yeah, well, Dick Murdoch doesn't have to look very good because he does well.
He doesn't
perform.
look very good.
He looks great to me. He looks like a heck of an athlete to me. Dick Murdoch's a good
Now let's
friend
see
of
what you can do, Mr. Slater. You've been talking this whole tape, the great
Now, see,
caliber
now,
of
here's Carlos Colon.
brawler that you are because you don't wrestle.
Well, I get the fresh guys. See what I mean? You know, all of a sudden now an Invader, the Invader tags out here.
What are you checking, the wavelengths up there?
No, I just want to keep the man psyched out. I know
like
what I'm
a fly.
doing.
We're checking with the antennae.
Right
No, that's a real good scientific move. Tape fist, punch to the head. Oh, yeah, I like that.
Right here, he reverses it. I mean, boom, catches me with a big clothesline. That is a bad move on my part. Boom, there he goes back with the right again. Boom, a big headbutt. Down I go. Now you see he's right back trying to work on my. You think that these men are trying to wrestle here? You think that you're trying to do something like grab a hold? And the object of the game is wrestling. And that's all they've done since we've got in the ring is try to throw punches at me. Right now.
What are you doing now? You're swinging right haymakers and you ain't connecting. What's the matter? Is your sense of perception off?
I'm trying to keep the man off of me.
Are you swatting flies?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think so. Right there, another clothesline. Looks to me like you're on the short end of the stick. Nice legal tag, everything by the book. Nice kick to the head, and here's a little for Dick Murdoch. He's telling you, come on, let's see what you got, Mr. Slater. Another right hand. It looks to me like you're in a world of trouble right here. You're fighting a buzzsaw. You gave it the first 2 rounds, and you're on the receiving end. And I just love it. But in for a cover, 1, 2, almost a 3 count. And where do you go? Into a corner, trying to consult.
Well, as you can see right here, the Invader and Carlos Colon.
Why'd you tag?
I tagged because that's what the object of this tag match is.
Oh, okay.
When you get in trouble, you tag your partner, but you always got to know where you're at all the times in the ring. And right now, Dick Murdoch's in a lot of trouble because Dick Murdoch's been poked in the eye a few times.
You say he thumbed him in the eye? I just see an exchange of right hands. The Invader and Carlos Colon are just retaliating because you're the ones, the guys that came in here first time, swinging and throwing punches and throwing caution to the wind. And what are you doing in the ring? The camera didn't catch it, but I caught it, the expert eye that I have in there. Another punch. I've seen Murdoch throw 28 punches, 58 kicks, and I haven't seen one wrestling move yet. Explain this to me, Mr. Slater. Why do you have to? He's always doing is rubbing his eye, he's rubbing his eye, he's rubbing his eye. And there, retaliation.
I poked him right in the eye again. You think that I know what Dick Murdoch's supposed to be thinking right at this moment? Do you think that I'm that my brain is just like Dick Murdoch's? No, he's trying to cover up that eye right there because the Invaders caught him in the eye 4 or 5 times. And I'm sure right now Dick Murdoch's having a real hard time trying to see.
And you're there consulting and telling them it's okay, don't worry. If you lose the match, it's no big deal, right?
No, I'm not. We're not going to lose this match. We never lose match. You've never seen Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch ever lose a wrestling match at all. You're going to see pretty soon here just the reason why we don't lose right. They may have the upper hand right now because they have used the tactics that, see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to explain right there to keep the Invader from using the punches. Keep on telling the referee, of course, he's not paying any attention to what I'm having to say. He's over there trying to put Dick Murdoch out, and Dick Murdoch sitting over there, and he's hurting that corner. And Joe Dunn hasn't done anything at all. All he's said out there is try to get this referee to be a little bit more biased on our part than he is on the Invaders and Carlos Colon. And right there, the Invader hooks me in a headlock.
Nice scientific move, side headlock. I see that you do possess. Now what's that? Now, Murdoch runs down the apron, delivers a knee to the back. Is that called wrestling, or is that called double sabotage?
That's called being stupidity on the Invader's part.
Oh, yeah. And what are you throwing here? Caution to the wind, right hands, probably thumbing him in the eye, the same thing. But that's part of the profession of wrestling. You have to take what you can get when you can get it. Now there, you throw him outside. Now, it seems to me that you guys are one heck of a tag team. You know each other's moves. Everything is set up for you because, look, right there.
Well, from the beginning, you know, there's we hate each other. I'm sure Carlos Colon, I'm sure the Invader. There's a lot of bad blood between all of us. I can't stand Carlos Colon. I can't stand the Invader.
Now what's Murdoch doing? He's taking free advertising for somebody?
No, Murdoch's, yeah, it looks like it to me. I don't know, he's trying to adjust the sign over there. Maybe he's going to go into sign business.
Now, see, that's not wrestling. They're not. What I'm trying to get at is that you're standing there, Mr. Innocent, in the ring.
What you don't seem to realize in this match, I don't believe there's any rules. This match started off, there was no rules in this match. There's no disqualification. Anything goes.
Well, okay, now I understand.
As you can see right now, the Invader is doing well on his back because the Invader likes to spend a lot of time on his back. Matter of fact,
there you go, sneaking out like the snake that you are. Is that the reason you got those diamonds on your boots? Because you're a diamondback snake or something?
No. I'm watching this. Just watch this match. Just leave me alone. I've not tried to say
You're frustrated, right? You're actually frustrated.
Anything bad about you the whole night that I've sat here and talked about.
Oh, no, you just do. Anyway, here you have the upper hand, a nice Russian leg sweep. I have to give you credit. Excellent wrestling move. A tag. You're working as a tag team. Excellent wrestling. I have to give you credit where credit is due.
Well, it's like I said, Dick Murdoch and I know where we're at in the ring at all times. And right here, he's got the Invader in a real bad position. And Dick Murdoch, believe me, is a very, very vicious, savage ring individual. And Dick Murdoch can take a lot of punishment. And I've seen Dick Murdoch in very, very bad situations and come up on top in 99.9% of his matches. And that's why I picked Dick Murdoch as a partner to me, because Dick Murdoch and I feel like we all both give each other credit when credit's due. And right here, you see the Invader down, and boom, Dick Murdoch just drives a big right foot right to the side of Invader's head. Invader looks real well on his back because Dick Murdoch has taken over on the Invader. And the Invader, just like I said, we knew right away that David Colon and Invader would try to throw everything they could at us early in the match. But it seems like, boom, right here, and the Invader's hung in the ropes right there with his feet. And Dick Murdoch, of course, is going to take full advantage of this. And why not take a full advantage of this?
And what are you doing in the ring? You're an opportunist, trying to take over on the man. The man's hooked up in the corner. Referee should be helping him in there.
Like I said, there's no rules in this match. And if it's fair game, you're in fair play. And right there, the referee again is trying to push me out of the ring.
Now, Dick Murdoch is a veteran of many wars, just like yourself, Dick Slater. And I've wrestled Dick Murdoch, and I've fought you in Japan, too. And I know you guys are double tough, but I have to put my money on the Invader and Carlos because I know their reputation here in the WWC precedes themselves. And what are you doing on the outside? You know, you're always seeming to sneak around when the referee's back is turned. Is that part of your MO? Is that part of your style?
Hey, you know, that's
maybe they should call you sneaky.
Not at all that I could try to do anything in front of this referee, because this referee was completely biased referee. Like I said before, he's totally with Carlos Colon. You see every time somebody tries to make a move, right here he's trying to give Carlos Colon some advice. Instead of trying to get Carlos Colon out of the ring, he's telling him what to do next.
Oh, you probably want some special referee like Carl Fergie or Bill Alfonso or somebody.
No,
or Tommy Young or something.
I'd love to have Abdullah the Butcher as my referee.
Hey, you probably would. You probably go back, you and Spanky. Anyway, here you go for that pile driver that's been banned in many federations, but not in the World Wrestling Council. And you think you got the victory all sewed up. You're very confident at this point, aren't you, Mr. Slater?
Well, I'm real confident at this point now. I may not get a pinfall on the Invader right here, but I'll tell you right now, the Invader's in a lot of trouble. And look at it right there, that pile driver up with the Invader right on up. The Invader in his coconut head.
He's been lacerated.
And boom, right there.
Taking advantage of the laceration. The man is starting to bleed from the front end of his...
Boom, and look at that right hook, and look at the left hook, and then the big right punch. Boom, the Invader goes down. I'm going to tell you something right now. There goes the big elbow on top of the Invader. 1, 2, the referee. What a slow count. You see how long it takes the referee?
It looked like a normal count.
He was down there for at least 5-6 seconds. It goes 1, 2, 3. And then you watch with Dick Murdoch and I get ourselves in a bad position where it goes for a count. This referee tries to go ahead and count us out real fast. Right there, Invader catches me with a clothesline.
Doesn't look like you're on the upper hand right now. You may have been before.
Yeah, well, I am right here. The Invader ain't doing too well.
But there's a tag. You didn't prevent the tag.
Yes, I did prevent the tag.
Well, obviously the referee didn't see the tag, and I don't understand why. But there you go, taking advantage of the Invader, who right now has been lacerated, isn't not in the upright position that he should be. And there you make a tag like it's all...
Dick Murdoch and I had legal tag this whole match. You didn't see us do anything that was supposed to be illegal. And I will tell you something right now. It's like I said in the first place, there was no rules to this match. And matter of fact, Dick Murdoch and I were just to be a little bit light on these men, because I'll tell you something right there. Dick Murdoch's got a big right hand at the top of the Invader's head right here.
There he is, lacerated over the right eye, but he's still fighting. He's still fighting. You have to give the man credit. He may be lacerated, but he's still fighting. And Dick Murdoch doesn't look the best for wear right now. He's a tough competitor, but right now you got to give the advantage to the Invader and Carlos Colon, because it seems to me like, you know, they're like the ever-ready battery. They keep on ticking.
Well, the Invader, the object of a tag match is to try to get to your partner at all times, because you get yourself in a position where you got two men on one man, and then that's the object of the game, is to try to get over there and tag your partner. And the Invader right now is having a hard time trying to get to Carlos Colon. He's trying everything he can. He's got his last breath to try to tag Carlos Colon, because too much more of this, the Invader's not going to be able to handle it. Right here, Dick Murdoch goes for a pile driver.
But he's smart enough to make the tag. I have to give you credit there.
That's why I said we all know where we're at in the ring. And right here, Carlos Colon jumped me, tried to jump me from behind.
I see the referee's putting him out.
No, referee's trying to give him advice. Well, I'm saying right now, and there he goes.
Now there, you threw him over the top rope. That's an automatic disqualification. Hey, look, what's Joe Don doing here? He's doing a Mexican hat dance.
Looks like he's trying to adjust his boot there a little bit.
Yeah, all of a sudden his laces are loose, right? He's always happens to be conveniently in the right place at the right time. He probably coerced him before the match and told him everything that was going to go on for yourself.
No, he's got a mind of his own. But right here, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, here's Carlos Colon trying to help the Invader back in the ring. And this has got to be where this match is taking its toll on the Invader and Carlos Colon. Carlos Colon has not been able to get back in the ring. The Invader's not been able to make a tag, and that's what the plan's all about, is not being able to tag your partner and to wear your other opponent down. And right here, I'm going to go up this top rope and try to...
This is a little out of your repertoire, a little high flying, isn't it?
No, I do this.
See? You took a gamble, and there you're paying the price. Excellent slam off the top rope. And it looks to me like you're hurt, Mr. Slater.
Looks to me like
you don't know where you're at.
Well, I'm telling you something right now. I might have got slammed off that top rope, and of course I fell. Yeah, you can see right there. I just cradled this man, moved him over, tagged Dick Murdoch again. Dick Murdoch's coming in.
And Murdoch putting the boots to this Invader. Now, I have to wonder, does the Invader have enough resiliency to last this match? Because he's been in there a long time. He needs to make a tag with Carlos Colon.
He needs to make a tag real bad. And I don't know if that's going to happen this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you something right now. Right there, boom, he caught that Murdoch right back in that bad eye, which he worked on at the beginning of the match. And Dick cannot see where he's at right now.
Well, I can see where he's at. He's flat on his face on the mat.
And the blood's pouring off of the Invader, and Dick Murdoch's tough enough to get right back in that corner. And there I go, right back in. That's what I'm saying. We've got
right hand after right hand after right hand. You're taking it to him. I have to give you credit. You guys have contained the Invader the whole match. You've had him in your corner, and that's great tag team strategy. That's probably why they call you guys the hardliners. But it looks to me like the Invader had outsmarted you just one time too many.
Well, it seems to me the Invader is a little bit short there, and Dick and I didn't try to judge his distance, and he got underneath the arms of both of us, and here comes Carlos Colon in here. Of course, there you go, that referee again. He won't get him back out. I don't see there was a tag made there. But of course, it was not. It probably wasn't a legal one. But there's Carlos Colon throwing a right into my head again.
Now where are you going? Why are you bailing out?
That's what I'm saying. You try to stay away from me, and you get in trouble. And there's Carlos Colon going, boom, driving
seems to me like you met the ring post.
Yeah, I did meet the ring post, and I'm telling you, that's
a whole different story now, isn't it?
That's a different story. But I'm telling you something right now. Hitting the ring post does not feel good, ladies and gentlemen. It does not feel good at all. It's steel. And there's Carlos Colon taking me outside, trying to run my head into this pole out here now.
A little free advertising there for San Juan Cement, yeah. Look, what do I see? Does it look like Mr. Unpredictable has been lacerated?
I think that's Carlos Colon bleeding. It's on my face now.
I don't know. I'll have to check into that a little bit closer. I have to make sure that the camera does not lie. I mean, it seems to me like you've been lacerated, Mr. Slater.
Well,
what's your reasoning for this? What is your answer?
I got caught in the wrong place.
Good answer, as if you were playing Family Feud. But the bottom line is, looks to me like you're on the receiving end, and you're not used to that. Well, are you, Mr. Slater?
No, I'm not used
lost
to that.
For words,
no,
are
I'm
we?
not being
For the first time on this tape, you're at a loss for words. I can't believe it. And there, excellent move there. Hurt Nate. Now, here we go. Specialty of Carlos Colon. Every time, you know the figure four. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with every wrestling hold there is in professional wrestling. And Carlos Colon, yes, he may have my leg at this point right here, and he has not applied figure four to me yet.
Just a matter of time. There it is. The legendary figure four.
But he forgot about Dick Murdoch being there and Joe Dunn.
And Joe Don, too. Now, what's the purpose of Joe Don being there? He's just supposed to be, what, an advisor or a manager?
Joe Don.
Or is he your gopher?
No, Joe Don took it upon himself to come in. You thinking that I needed any help at that point? No, not at all. Now, as you can see right here, I don't know who this man is, but he comes out and he runs Joe Don. He's trying to came out to Joe Don and run him out of the building. Now, they had no business going out there and chasing this man off.
He probably owed him some money. That's the reason he was running from him. You know how Joe Don can be sometimes owing money. I've heard that he's owed money all around town, but that's neither here nor there. Let's look at Dick Murdoch right now, taking it to Carlos Colon. Now, I got to give credit where credit's due. Murdoch's double tough, and it seems to me that you got to be double tough too. But what gets to me is that you always have to have a 2-on-1. Why is that?
Well, it's not. You know, you need what you need to do is get onto this match and get off of me on this thing. All of a sudden now I've turned into probably the worst individual in the world, but I'm not really like that. This has been a very tough contest between four great athletes. As you can see right now, Dick Murdoch and I and Invader and Carlos Colon are in a real bloodbath here, and all four of us men have taken a great deal of punishment in this match. And just like I said before, that's how much you can dish out. You can see Dick Murdoch here. He's got the upper edge. He's got Carlos Colon, and back in that corner, he's hitting him with everything he's got. And Carlos Colon has got a head just like a watermelon. And it's real hard, and it's hard to knock this man out. As you can see right here, I threw a right hand. I got Carlos Colon down. I pulled this knee pad down, and I dropped that knee right on the top of Carlos Colon's forehead. And now I've really got this man in trouble. Now, Carlos Colon, what do you call this? This is what you call a figure four right here. Now let's see how good Carlos Colon is. Let's see if he can make it out of his own wrestling hole. Because Dick Slater knows how to put on wrestling holes as well as any man in professional wrestling. And it looks like Carlos Colon is in here and give up 3 or 4 times already. And you think the referee would have rang that bell? No. The referee kept on going.
Look at the advantage here. It takes 2 of you. It seems to me that you've lost too much blood in this match, and you need extra leverage from your partner on the apron, because obviously you can see right there from the look on your face that you're heavily lacerated. Same with Carlos Colon. Look at the blood flow everywhere.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something.
Obviously, there's not enough pressure on that leg to make Carlos Colon submit.
This is a real tough match right here. It's a real tough match, and it's taking a lot of toll on all 4 of us. As you can see, this match now has run probably over 20 minutes long. 20 minutes in a wrestling match with being pounded on as a long time to be able to take it or dish out any kind of pain at all. As you must be in great condition, and Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch have always been in great condition, along with Carlos Colon and the Invader. I'm going to give them credit for what they are, but I'm going to tell you something right now. I cannot stand these 2 men, and they can't stand us, and the feeling's mutual.
Well, that's very obvious from all the blood that's been shed in this match at this point in time. But it seems to me that right there, Carlos Colon has mastered the reversal of the figure 4. And it looks to me like if it isn't for your partner, Dick Murdoch, getting into the ring, this match could have been over. Look at you. You're heavily lacerated. You got to be tired. You got to be hurting.
That's the difference between average tag teams and great tag teams. And Dick Murdoch and I are great tag teams. And like I said, I might have been in a bad position right there, but I was smart enough to know where Dick Murdoch was and made the tag to Dick. And now Dick is taking back over. Carl Stone just throws a big right to Dick's chest.
And Carl Stone is severely lacerated here too.
If they were smart, they would have gone after that. Going after the Dick Murdoch's already injured eye, but they haven't done that. Now Carl Stone is taking another right, and another right, and another right. And this match, ladies and gentlemen, is really, really getting to be a vicious, nasty-looking match. Boom, and there's another right from Carlos Colon. Dick Murdoch's rocked. Boom, he's rocked again on the deal right there. Come on, Dick, come on, make that. There you go. Boom, he's rocked again. See, Carlos Colon has fought back. Now he's tagged the Invader. Here comes the Invader in. Invader's now fresh. See, now there's the difference because the Invader's been sitting over that corner resting.
Well, see, that's what it's all about in tag. It gives you the opportunity to regroup, to get your senses back, and it seems to me like Mr. Murdoch is on the receiving end of a lot of blows, and they're going right after that eye.
That's
obviously, they must have heard you or thought the same thing or anything, but they're going after Murdoch's eye.
If you got something injured in the ring and they know that, I mean, somebody's going to go after it. And there's the Invader. He's trying to get the people behind him at this point.
And it seems to me that eye has been busted open.
Yes, it has.
And they're taking it to Dick Murdoch, and he's still standing, but barely.
Yes, he has.
Big right hand, and there's Murdoch. He's got to be
well,
down for the count.
Dick needs
he can't even throw a punch.
Dick needs to get over there towards that corner. See, now he's in a bad position where now here's the Invader biting Dick Murdoch in the eye. Now
I think he was headbutting him. See, I was right. He was headbutting him. Now Murdoch has been lacerated. He's bleeding profusely. His face is a crimson mask, and this match is taking its toll on both teams. Both teams are heavily lacerated. Both teams are feeling the blunt of this match and the rivalry and the hatred that you both have for each other.
Well, you're looking at 25 minutes of violence here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you that right now. Dick Murdoch and Dick Slater against Carl Stallone and the Invader. And I'm telling you, anywhere, any arena in the world, you go see this match, and you're going to be guaranteed that it's going to be a match that you'll never forget. And there you go. You see the Invader working on Dick Murdoch's ribs. Now, I don't know what the Invader does. Boom, right back to Dick Murdoch's bad eye again. There's not much that I could do at this point. Dick is not trying to get over there and make that tag. He's pretty well dazed, and there he goes. He's trying to reach for that tag to me, and the Invader now comes over and gets a cheap shot in on me. He made his mistake right there, but Murdoch took his eyes off. Murdoch now Cologne gets a tag from the Invader, and it's a fist fight from here on out.
Looks like a pure sixer, but there's that world-famous headbutt. I'm sure that you felt many of those that night.
Boom.
And there was an attention getter. Now, I have to ask you at this point, do you know where you're at?
I know where I'm at all times. Right here, the Invader's got a sleeper on. There's Carlos Colon. He's got me in the corner. I'm trying to follow the camera, ladies and gentlemen. Having fast action. And right here, I got trying to get the abdominal stretch, and I couldn't see where I was going on him. And right here, Carlos Colon seems to be able to get it on me.
Seems like you're on the short end of the stick right now, Mr. Slater. But I know that the match is taking its toll on both of the opponents, and I see that looks to me like Murdoch is completely out. Now the referee should be over there, I think, instead of worrying about you and Carlos Colon.
Well, that's what I said about the referee. Referee's very biased. He's called a lot of bad shots, and we should have beat these men a long time ago. And right there, you see the Invader running. Now it's got to be out of control altogether.
It's out of control, and I should believe that the referee should be ringing the bell.
Now the Invader's got Dick Murdoch over there on this table, and he's pounding him right back in that eye again. Yeah, this match should have been stopped here, and it seems to me that there should have been some people out here to break this thing up. It seems that this match got fully out of control here.
Well, the referee doesn't have it under control. Obviously, this rivalry maybe constitutes two referees.
Now, watch Carlos Colon. He picks up a ring bell and tries to hit me on the head. Now, what do you think we're looking at? Abdullah the Butcher here? He's got Abdullah the Butcher's tactic. You didn't see me do something like that.
But if he had the opportunity, he probably would. That's the bottom line here. But as you can see, this rivalry has gone past the wrestling rules. It's past anything else. That's why it's on this bloody tape, because of the lacerations, because of the type of match this is.
Now look at this. These fans are trying to poke at me here now. There's Carl Stone trying to drive them boots into my brain while I'm sitting down on the chair. This bell's already rang. This match should have been stopped. And here, now they've taken advantage of the situation, and they're back on Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch, and we shouldn't even be in this position. And now all of a sudden, here's somebody out here. Here's
Casario comes out to try to split this up because it's definitely out of control. And there's another one of the ones that are trying to help someone. Security's getting in the way. You know, trying to separate you two. And look, there, you take a cheap shot at him. I mean,
Well, it's like I couldn't see who I was hitting anymore now.
you just want to hit anybody at that point in time, I'm sure.
No, I was trying to fight for my life, and I guarantee you more. Carlos Colon and myself are both feeling the pain of this match. And right here, they're trying to keep Carlos Colon from being on me again. Like I said, this match is over, ladies and gentlemen. There should be no need for this. I've never just attacked anybody or did anything like this. I've never done that.
You've always been right.
Now, look at this. Looks like Dusty Rhodes. No, it's Randy Rhodes.
Randy Rhodes, his cousin. Anyway, he's sitting there, and Murdoch hits his own. You know, he doesn't care. You don't care. Look, you're hitting security guards. You're hitting everybody. You probably hit your mother if she'd have been in the way.
Well, my mother wouldn't be out there in the first place. She's a smart lady.
She don't like wrestling. And now you see Carlos Colon, and there you are again. This match is totally out of control. You know, where's the security? You know, we need to put you guys into a cage is what we need to do.
Well, that'll be a day. There'll be a day coming when with Carlos Colon and the Invaders. And there's Dusty Rhodes again. That's Randy Rhodes.
There you are on the receiving end.
Well, you know, there's these people holding Dick Murdoch, and now all of a sudden
they're trying to separate us, but we're not.
They're trying to separate.
And there, right there, you see Carlos Colon. Now Murdoch kicks one of the security guards, and there's the Invader, and you're coming over. This is totally out of control. Totally out of control. Let's get some people out here. Let's get
it's all about violence, and this is what it's all about, violence. And there's a lot of violence here. And you see right here, Carlos Colon's got his name. He's biting me on the ear now. And that's what I'm saying. How can I do anything with somebody holding me in the back?
Well, that's
right
the Exotico. Isn't he a friend of yours?
That is Dusty Rhodes again. That's Randy Rhodes again.
Well, which is it? Is it Dusty or is it Randy?
He kind of looks like Dusty Rhodes.
Well, you know him.
The difference is Dusty Rhodes weighs about 30 pounds more than Randy Rhodes.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's see if we can get some order restored here. Obviously,
as you can see, now this match is going. This not even a match. They seem to be trying to fight. And here, Dick and Murdoch, all we want to do is get back to the dressing room.
Yeah, obviously, you find a shortcut to go
Carlos Colon and Invader raising their own hands. They thought they won the match. They haven't really won anything yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is not going to end. Between Carlos Colon, Dick Slater, and the Invader, it's going to go on and on and on until somebody really gets hurt. And somebody's really going to get hurt bad someday. And it's not going to be Dick Slater or Dick Murdoch because we know what we're doing.
Obviously, you took a ladder and took a powder downstairs.